what did you see from this game? Was it more on the Texans for getting blown out, or was the Ravens game plan just really that good? And are the Ravens really way better than the rest of the teams remaining? Because it's starting to feel like that, and I'm a little
Yeah.
afraid to face them if we do have to
Yeah.
next week or 2 weeks from now.
Well, you
So
know what, man? I think that it's a little bit of both, but I think the Ravens are, I hate to say it because I'm not a huge fan of Lamar Jackson, but he's
yeah,
been playing well this year. But they are a team that their defense is smothering. And I thought your defense was scary, but their defense is top tier, man. And I think that it's a little bit of both. You had a rookie quarterback who came in and was flying high and then got humbled real quick. Not to say that he needed that, but I think that the Ravens are real, and I think they're going to be whoever they face. I think, to tell you the truth, that the Chiefs are our only hope. That's
yeah,
what I feel, because they blew out the Lions, and we weren't at full strength, but we were just out of it. We were out of it, man. The one thing that people miss about that game, or that gets hidden or smothered, is because Jahmyr Gibbs got his first touchdown in that game, and it was our only points. But it came in a blowout. The score was already 35-0, and it was just a bad showing. So I think, man, it's a little bit of both, but I think it's 80% Ravens are for real. And I think the Chiefs, man, are our only hope. You can never count out Patrick Mahomes. And I actually got the Chiefs upsetting the Ravens. I really do. But the Ravens are real. But because the playoffs, man, is one and done, all you got to be is caught on a bad day, and then you're going home. So I think they're for real, but I think the Chiefs get the best of them this weekend.
yeah. The scary thing about them is Lamar Jackson didn't even throw the ball that much, 16 for 22.
Yeah.
And their offense is just super physical, and they can beat you both ways.
Yep.
The other thing is, like, they have this perfect balance because they have like the youth with Zay Flowers, and Gus Edwards is pretty young, and then they have the veteran experience like Odell Beckham, who's been in a Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl, was a huge part of that Rams Super Bowl team. So they kind of have both sides of the coin, I guess you would call it, the youth and the experience. And it's just with the defense, it's like they have such a defense. Like, what's their defensive coordinator's name? Is it McDonald?
I have no idea.
I believe it's. I'd have to look that up. But the way they do, like, their defense blitzes a lot, but
Yeah.
since they have so many talented players in the second level, the way they've constructed and drafted, that's the big thing about teams that make Super Bowl runs, is they draft well and they construct their team really well. And I mean, the last few drafts with Patrick Queen, with Kyle Hamilton, they have guys that can just fly around all over the defensive level, and it's really, really, really hard to stop. And so when they're blitzing, you really don't know where they're going to blitz from.
Yeah.
You don't know. They have decent amount of talent, or quite a lot of talent on their edge. So you don't know what's gonna where they're going to blitz from, if they're gonna pull all their guys back and just get home with four. So it's like, that's a scary thing, and that's why, like you said, not a lot of offenses. I think the one offense is obviously Patrick Mahomes, who has that experience. But I mean, if you're telling me that Jared Goff or Brock Purdy, guys that aren't very mobile, is
Yeah.
going to,
Yeah. It's
we've
going to
already
be
seen.
tough.
I mean, they blew you guys out. They blew us out even
Yeah.
more. So
Yeah. It was tough.
I think it was definitely the Ravens in this game versus the Texans. And I also just think, I mean, if you look at that Texans roster, it's all right. But the offensive line, I mean, they were banged up. Their receivers, they have Nico Collins, but I mean, their receivers are banged up. Their offensive line isn't great. I just didn't see a lot of ways the Texans were even going to win that game. And again, hopefully, I really hope the Ravens do not win this one, because I really feel like this is the 49ers' last year to make something happen. So
Yeah, I agree
that's
with you,
how I
man.
feel on it.
Absolutely, man.
So let's see here. Esal says this will be a dogfight